Welcome to the County Compass, Columbia County's guide to news, voices, and perspectives, hosted by County Manager Scott Johnson. This podcast is your behind-the-scenes look at what's happening in county government and across our community. We'll talk about the services, projects, and decisions that make Columbia County a great place to live. We're glad you're here. Thanks for listening to the County Compass. Now, here's Scott Johnson.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the County Compass, the podcast that keeps you connected to the people, projects, and progress that makes Columbia County one of the best places to live and work and raise a family in Georgia. I'm your host, Scott Johnson, the County Manager. Today, we are actually recording episode number 10. It's hard to believe we've done 10 of these so far, and today's episode is going to be talking about a new chapter. I'm going to be doing some reflections and talking about a little gratitude and talking about what's next. So, usually we use this space to talk about the projects and the updates and how we're keeping taxes low and all the things that are happening in Columbia County. But today's a little bit different. It's a little more personal. If you've been following the news, and I'll say today, this is being done on Monday, April 20th. So if you've been following the news, you know that I announced my retirement as your county manager effective January 2nd, 2027. I have been with Columbia County in role of either manager or deputy manager now for the last 18 years. Prior to that, I had a few years as a deputy in Columbia County, so I have over 20 years of service in Columbia County, but I have almost 4 decades in local and state government in Georgia, and it's really just time for me to turn the page. So I want to use this episode to talk openly with you about why I made the decision, what we've accomplished together over the years, and how grateful I am to my family, my friends, and my coworkers, what I plan to do next. And yes, even a word or two to the folks that hadn't always agreed with me. Now's a good time to talk about that as well. So let me read to you the heart of the statement that I issued this morning to our commissioners and our citizens and our employees here in Columbia County. This isn't the whole statement, but this is just a piece of what I put out there. So it's with a full heart and deep gratitude that I announced my retirement as your county manager effective January 2nd, 2027. I'll pause there for a second just to let you know that I will be working through the remainder of the year. I have a lot of loose ends to tie up, a lot of things I still like to see accomplished, but it will be effective January 2nd, 2027. Serving this remarkable county has been one of the greatest privileges of my career. We've accomplished so much together. We strengthen our family-friendly community while fostering responsible economic growth and delivering high-quality services that improve lives of our residents every day. I'm leaving with immense pride in what we've achieved and complete confidence in the bright future ahead. Columbia County is in a strong position, financially sound, forward-thinking, and ready for continued success. To our citizens, thank you for the trust you've placed in me. It has truly been the honor of a lifetime. Chairman Duncan was kind enough to write a piece for the press release that our public relations director put out today. And Chairman Duncan said, Scott's dedication, professionalism, and genuine care for this community have left an indelible mark. Through budget challenges, growth, and times of uncertainty, Scott has been a steady and trusted leader who has always put the people of his county first. And to him and the rest of the commissioners, I would like to just say thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can honestly say that I could not have asked for better partners on the commission, and I'm very fortunate to have worked with so many good commissioners over the years, and very much look forward to the future of Columbia County as it relates to that as well. For those of you that may be a little newer to Columbia County, let me give you a little backstory. So I grew up in Columbia County. I'm a graduate of Harlem High School. You've heard me say that before on this podcast. So I've been here for a long, long time. After school, I decided to get into law enforcement. And after 20 plus years in law enforcement, I ultimately retired from the Georgia State Patrol. As a lieutenant, I served as the deputy director of training statewide upon my retirement there. I did take this job, the job I have now, or the job I had, rather, the assistant county administrator. I took that job upon retirement with the State Patrol just to change the pace. I mean, I had been doing that for over 20 years, and I just thought that maybe it was time for me to move on. And it's very interesting that I'm kind of to that same place again, after almost another 20 years in the same role. maybe it's time to move on. And, for some people, that's a difficult thing to swallow. And for me, it's a tough thing to swallow. I love my job. I love my job at the State Patrol. I tell the story that when I turned in my equipment at the State Patrol the very last day and I drove home, I had to make that long drive home alone, and how I was so emotional the whole way, so much so that I had to stop several times because I was leaving a job that I truly loved and walking away from something, really the only thing I knew. I've got a lot of those same feelings now, although I'm a little older and a little more mature in that. But I am walking away from something that I love, but there is a time for everything, and this is my time. So back to that, I came as the first assistant county administrator and then moved into deputy county administrator. And then a few years after that, our county administrator, Steve Sobleski, decided to retire. Again, notably, with about the same amount of time that I've been serving as county manager, he decided it was his time to leave completely on his own. He wasn't forced out, just like I'm not being forced out. So I stepped into the top job. I can't say that I planned to stay this long. I didn't know what the future held. But every time I looked around, there was more to do. There was more families moving here, more roads to widen, more projects to work on, more parks to build, more services to improve, ways to improve the staff and efficiency, ways to cut taxes and save money. So I wanted to do all those things because Columbia County really, as the years went by, even though I'd lived here all that time, it wasn't a job to me. It was home, and it was something that I wanted to put my mark on. So let's talk about some of the things that actually got done. Because none of this happened with one person in office. I can just tell you this was all the success of Columbia County over the last 20 years, or if you want to look back at Steve's successful times, over the last 40 years, it all happened really because of the now 1,400 plus dedicated county employees that we have. It happened because we have a supportive board. We had good people offer themselves for office for the right reasons. And they came in and worked hard, rolled up their sleeves to be a part of what was going on in Columbia County. There weren't hidden agendas. There weren't people that were coming in to make wholesale change or to fire everybody or whatever. And if they did, they came in, they quickly realized that it wasn't necessary in Columbia County, that we were unique. And we can say that, but until you've lived it and experienced it, you really don't understand. It's also because of the residents in Columbia County, the residents that have showed up, the residents that have participated, people that have voted for our SPLOS and our T-SPLOS, and really even those that have held us accountable. Those people are just as important in what we're doing. So let's talk about some of the successes. First, I want to talk about fiscal strength in Columbia County. When I started, we were navigating the Great Recession's aftermath. Today, we're in one of the strongest financial positions in the entire state. We maintained the lowest millage rate in 35 years. We have that currently, while still delivering record services. And I would dare to say not even just record services, but also award-winning services. Our total operating budgets now are exceeding $400 million a year. Our total assets are very close to $1 billion. We've talked about it before. We have AAA bond rating from all three rating agencies. And this is a distinction that very few counties in the entire country have. Little old Columbia County is just excelling at every single turn. And it allows us to be able to function our government better. I mean, that AAA bond rating, for example, means lower borrowing costs for us for every road and every park and every facility we build. It means that we can stretch our money further and do more with it. Second, infrastructure that keeps up with growth. Columbia County is one of the fastest growing counties in Georgia and the nation. At one time, we were way up that list. We have slowed that down a little bit. That's been a bit intentional. The Board of Commissioners has changed zoning regulations over the years to make sure that we keep up with the infrastructure, so we're not allowing just unfettered growth all over the county. So we do have good zoning things in place. We didn't just react. We planned. We got ready ahead of time. Through, again, our SPLOS and T-SPLOS, we repaid hundreds of miles of roads. We've widened all of our major corridors now. We built a lot of new connectors. We built a greenway that will take pedestrian traffic and maybe bicycle traffic off of our roadways. We've invested millions of dollars into stormwater management so neighborhoods would flood less. We've invested tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars into our water utility to make sure that we are constantly improving that and providing all the resources that our people need. We're currently working on major projects like the Justice Center additional wings for a growing county. We moved into our new Building A government complex that will serve this county for years to come. So many projects. I'd be remiss if I started trying to go down this project list, but we've just done so much. Third, I just really wanted to hit on our parks and quality of life, which is really why people come to Columbia County, is the quality of life. We hear that a lot. Why do you want to move to Columbia County? Well, schools is number one. I hear a lot. Safety, our sheriff and our sheriff's office does an amazing job of keeping us safe. Our fire department is an ISO 1 fire department. Our sheriff's office is accredited by national accrediting agencies. So we're doing all the things right, and that's why people want to move here. But our parks, we've upgraded parks all over the county. A lot of them have seen improvements. We've got new tournament fields planned near the Gateway out in Grovetown by the interstate. That's going to draw visitors and help boost our economy there. We're working on the Riverwood Park right now. We've got other green spaces that we put into place and planning to put into place that will allow families to have a place to play. We're even closing on our property very soon. We've identified a piece of property and successfully negotiated with the landowner to buy a piece of property south of I-20 for a new Patriots Park style park. It'll be that kind of park. When I say Patriots Park style, what I mean is a gymnasium with indoor basketball and volleyball, walking tracks, but we want to do splash pads and we want to do baseball fields, softball fields, lacrosse, soccer. We don't have near enough of those fields. Football, all of those things will come into play at this new park. So we're very excited about that out in the Harlem area. So more to come on those, but we've been working on that for many years. Fourth is economic development done right. Now, some of you may disagree with that and say, well, you guys have really just messed it up when it comes to economic development. But we have attracted responsible growth, and we've brought businesses that bring jobs without sacrificing the family-friendly character that makes Columbia County special. We've got a lot of flack about the data centers, but I just want to remind people that as we move forward with data centers, now that that's been approved by the Board of Commissioners, it takes up less than 3% of the entire land in the entire county. And our commissioners did a good job, in my opinion, of putting additional regulations and additional conditions on those zonings. So they're going to be very difficult to see. They're going to be shielded, sheltered. They're not going to be a nuisance in our community. Contrary to what somebody else may tell you, they're not going to be a nuisance in our community. What they will do is kick off tremendous amounts of revenue, so much so that we plan to eliminate your homestead property taxes in Columbia County. And that's going to be something that happens long after I'm gone. When I say long after I'm gone, hopefully it'll happen soon. It'll happen before I leave. We want to do it now, but you will be reaping the benefits of that. Hopefully for generations to come. We said yes to the SMART projects, but you know what? We said no to a lot of projects that didn't fit. You didn't get to hear about those, and you didn't see those, and you don't know about those. But I can tell you there were a lot of no's along the way. We expanded our broadband access around the county. That has helped us, position ourselves as a tech-friendly community way before it was trendy. We have our intelligent traffic system as a result of that. So we've done a lot of things in Columbia County that other communities our size have just not done, or really communities much larger than us have just not done. Fifth, I want to talk about crisis leadership, and Lord knows we've had a lot of that in Columbia County. Just a year and a half ago, Hurricane Helene tore through our county, and in the days and weeks after, our teams really worked around the clock with Georgia Power and Jefferson Electric and FEMA and GEMA. But mostly our own staff, mostly our own folks really did the bulk of the work, clearing debris, working with our people that we already had contracts with that were already in place. We were set up, ready to go in what became over $100 million recovery effort. We stood up disaster recovery sites. We stood up shelters the next morning. We coordinated with insurance companies. We got power back to tens of thousands of homes faster than many expected by embedding our crews with our partners at Georgia Power and Jefferson Electric. The response was a team effort, but it just really shows how a county can come together and how employees can come together when you have that shared vision, and really how our residents can come together. And I'm proud of how Columbia County reacted to that. We got our Columbia County Strong logo out of that. And I think we're still Columbia County Strong afterwards. 6, professional excellence. Our departments, and I've talked about this before, we did an entire podcast on this. We've won national and state awards in finance, water utility, emergency management, recreation, fire, sheriff's office. I mean, I can go on and on and on. Procurement, all of them. Everything we have is award-winning here. I was humbled to receive the Pillars of Excellence Award from the Georgia City County Managers Association, and that's basically their lifetime achievement honor. I had served as president of that organization and also president of the Georgia Association of County Managers and Administrators. I will say that those are not my awards, though. They reflect the caliber of people that I've had the privilege to lead and the people that have made Columbia County what it is. And I got the recognition for that. So I'm very honored and humbled by that. We've also kept taxes low. We've expanded services. We've protected the rural character by growing smartly. And we made Columbia County a place where families want to raise their kids and retirees want to enjoy their golden years. What could be better than a community that's attracting young people to raise their family and attracting older people that want to come here to retire and spend their golden years? You don't see that very often because Columbia County is unique. We're special, and again, it's been the honor of my lifetime to participate in that. None of that was easy. I can tell you there were a lot of late nights, there were a lot of tough votes, a lot of moments when we had to say not yet to good ideas because the timing wasn't right. But looking back, I'm proud of every mile of road that we paved. I'm proud of every new park. I'm proud of every balanced budget. I'm proud of every family that feels safer and prouder to call Columbia County home. And just by way of reflection, it's just if you take a step back and get out of the politics and get out of the who you like and who you don't like and whether you like me or don't like me or whatever, just take a step back and take a look at our county and just realize how blessed we are to live in this community. Everybody doesn't have it this good. It didn't happen by accident, folks. It was very intentional, and it was the work of the hard work of a lot of people that really did it on your behalf. So, again, proud to call Columbia County home. Now let me get personal for just a second on this podcast. I just want to say real quick to my wife, Susan, thank you for putting up with me and putting up with me as a county manager. I would say it's not easy to be married to me, and then I will go a step further and say it's not easy to be married to any county or city manager. Our lives are tough, but Susan, you've been my rock through every late night meeting, every emergency call, every time I had to leave home when you had to just stay there and put up with whatever the issues were. Every time my job followed me home, for the hours and hours that I paced around our backyard on the telephone while the dinner was getting cold. I just want to say thank you for supporting me. To my children, Katie and Caleb, and my stepchildren, Brandon and Gracie, I want to say I love you guys more than I can say. Public service asked a lot of families. You sacrificed ball games, vacations, quiet evenings, even at times our relationship has all been sacrificed as a result of this job. And you did that so I could serve this county. So to my family, I want to say thank you for supporting me and being there for me. And to our citizens, I want to say the same. Thank you for supporting me and being there for me. It really means the world to me to be able to serve this community. So I will say this retirement is about me stepping away from the office. It's about stepping towards you. For my family, it's more times together, more weekends at the lake and the beach. Hopefully one day, more time watching my grandkids grow up, more spontaneous road trips, more of the little moments that I missed along the way. Susan and I are looking forward to simply being together without the constant pull of county business. So I'll just leave it there as it relates to my thanks to all of them. Let me be crystal clear, though. I'm not done working. Retirement from this role does not mean retiring from life or from contributing. I feel like I have a lot more to go. Had a conversation via text after I made my announcement this morning to my roommate from Trooper School. We go back a long, long way. We were both in our early 20s when we went to Trooper School. We spent many nights together contemplating the why we were there, putting up with the boot camp that we put up with, and we made it together. And ironically, we both retired from State Patrol. His name is Buddy Johnson. Johnson and Johnson were the roommates. They just put us together by our last name. But Buddy Johnson became a lifelong friend of mine, and we shared a lot of blood, sweat, and tears together. But Buddy went on and finished his career with State Patrol, worked a little longer than I did. But guess where he is today? He's a county manager. Very interesting that we took the same path. Neither one of us could have told you back in the dormitories at the police academy in Forsyth that either one of us would be a county manager, more or less two of us being county managers. But Buddy told me today, he said, you know what? He said, hey, Scott, it's not retiring, it's refiring. It's getting ready for whatever the next thing is in your life. And you know what, Buddy? You're exactly right. It doesn't mean that I'm retiring from life or from contributing. I spent my entire life in public service, first as a trooper, then as your county manager, and I'm proud of both chapters. But after January 2nd, 2027, which is my last day on the job, I do expect to close the book on full-time public sector local government work. That said, I'm open to new opportunities. I don't really know what those are yet. I'm not leaving this job for another job. So I would like to say that it would likely be in the private sector or maybe in education, just because I've never really worked too much in the private sector, but I think I would enjoy that. I have been teaching for many years. Some of you know that I teach college classes. I do leadership seminars. I've done some consulting. I'm not really looking to do consulting. That's not really the thing that I really want to do after this, but I could see myself working in higher education or something like that, because I enjoy that. I enjoy teaching and leading and mentoring the next generation of leaders, all those things. I still have energy. I still have ideas. And now the only difference is that I have a lifetime of experience really managing complex budgets and infrastructure and growth. So this is not a commercial, but if there's a company out there, a board, an organization, or somebody that even needs a volunteer, and you need somebody that knows how to get things done efficiently and effectively and ethically, I'm ready to listen to that. So let me say what I will not do. I want to say this. I'm going to go public with this and say what I will not do. I'm not going to work for a data center or anything affiliated with a data center. I'm not getting paid off in some shady deal. I'm not walking away so they can slip me money under the table. I would never do that. I'm not doing that. That is not what this is about. And I'm not going to continue to manage this county from the shadows. I'm not going to be the person that makes a nuisance of myself trying to tell the new administration what to do or how to do it. I'm not going to be whispering in the chairman's ear or in the staff's ear every day. That's not what I'm interested in doing. So what am I going to do? I don't know. I'm praying that God's will be done. I'm praying that a new chapter of my life open up. And for whatever that is, I'm extremely excited about it. What I will say is Columbia County will always be home to me. I'll still be around. I'll still be cheering on our teams. I'll still be paying my taxes. And I'll probably be involved in something somewhere locally, just not from the county manager's office. So I do want to give a quick word to my naysayers. And I know that there are many, not as many as they think they are, but there are many. Some folks disagree with specific decisions that I've made along my time here. Data center projects, consulting work that I did with other counties on my own time, the pace of growth, how certain issues were handled. We were overbuilding, we were underbuilding, we had too much infrastructure, we didn't have enough infrastructure, budgets were too high, budgets were not, adequately funded. Sometimes you just can't make everybody happy. But to every one of you, I want to say, I respect your passion. This is your county too. Public service isn't about being liked by everybody. It's about making the best decisions you can with the information you have and always putting the long-term good of the community first. I am very proud to say that I've always put Columbia County first. And that's something that I will take with me as I move into my retirement time. I can do that knowing that my love and my passion for Columbia County has always been there and always will be there. I never took your criticism personally. In fact, the toughest questions often made us better. So thank you for caring enough to speak up. I leave with no bitterness, only gratitude that we live in a place where people feel free to hold their leaders accountable, and some of you did just that. I will say that I hope when you drive on the widened roads or you play in the new parks or you see your property values stay strong or you see your property taxes completely wiped away, it's all because we kept the county financially rock solid. You'll know the decisions were made with integrity and love for Columbia County. So whether you liked me or liked it or not, you can reap the benefit and the reward of that. I would also hope that one day you'd be willing to put your name. Some of you would be willing to put your name behind your comments. This is just a personal opinion of mine, and I'll probably get dinged for saying it, but you know what? I'm retiring, so I'm going to say it anyway. Our society is getting weaker because of nameless, faceless keyboard warriors. Folks, if you want to be involved in this community and you really want to make a difference, put your name behind what you write. Put your face behind what you write. Stand up, come to the meetings, make yourself known, make your stance known, fight for what you believe in. Don't sit in the comfort of your recliner under a fictitious name on a fictitious social media profile and just spew hate and lies and just really just downright degradation because you can. It's making our society a weaker place. And I'm just going to leave you with that, just my opinion. You can, again, like it or not, but you know who you are. So in closing, I would just like to say to the incredible county staff, you're the reason Columbia County works so well. To my Board of Commissioners, past and present, thank you for your trust. Thank you for allowing me to do things that were sometimes unorthodox and out of the box. Thank you for trusting me to run this government. I want to tell everybody listening to this podcast, we have an amazing group of county commissioners that know their role, they know their responsibilities, and they do it extremely well. Never, ever, ever underestimate the passion that they put behind this job or the amount of work or effort that they put behind this job. To every citizen who voted or attended a meeting or coached one of our youth teams or simply waved or spoke to me in the grocery store or at church, you folks really made this job the best job that I could ever have. The future in Columbia County is bright because you're bright. The next county manager will inherit a strong, well-run organization ready to keep moving forward. So as we head into 2027, let's keep building together. I'll see you around town. I just won't have the title anymore. And thank you for listening to this special episode of the County Compass. If you have questions about my transition or anything else county related, you know you can always reach out to us at columbiacountyga.gov or through our normal channels. But as promised, I always like to end these episodes with the most ridiculous thing that I've heard lately. It was something that I heard today after my announcement. Somebody showed this to me just a few minutes before I got ready to film this or record this podcast. So here's the most ridiculous thing I've heard lately. Yep, I'm running away because I'm afraid of the election and I'm selling my house to disappear. Folks, I'm not running from anything. I've been through countless elections. I've been through more elections than you can even imagine. Some of them have been easy and some of them have been hard. That's business as usual for me. That happens every 2 years of my career. I have an election, and I'm not worried about that. No one person can come in here and fire me, get rid of me. And even if people try to run on a block ticket to get enough votes to get rid of me, it's not about me. So I'm not running from that. That is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not selling my home anytime. I love my home. And this is an amazing county. You know, fact is, I've been here longer than most of the folks spewing the nonsense, and I'll probably be here when you're gone. So, no, I'm not selling my home, and I'm not running from anything, and I'm not hiding from elections, and I'm not worried about the election outcome, and it has absolutely nothing to do with that. What it really has to do with was the fact that I had planned to retire at the end of Chairman Duncan's limited term, and he and I had an agreement that I would stay until he finished, and I upheld my end of that bargain, and now I'm just ready to pursue other opportunities. So, ridiculous. I'm not selling. I'm not running. I'm not hiding. I'm not under indictment. I'm nothing. None of those things apply to me. I am just a guy that worked as hard as I could to make Columbia County the best place in the entire country to live, work, and raise your family. And I want to leave with my head high and proud of my accomplishments, and I'm doing just that. So that wraps up this episode of the County Compass. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. You can leave us a review. More importantly, thank you for tuning in and being an engaged part of the Columbia County community. Your input and participation makes our county stronger. We will be back next week with another episode. But until then, I say stay safe, stay involved, and keep loving this county as much as I do. Take care.
This has been the County Compass, Columbia County's guide to news, voices, and perspectives. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you taking the time to stay informed about the issues, initiatives, and people impacting our community. And we sincerely hope today's conversation helps you better understand the work being done in Columbia County. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. As always, visit Columbia County's official website or social media channels for additional information. And until next time, thanks for tuning in.